What's good? What's going on, y'all? Y'all tuned to Prime Point Media, where people recognize one man entertainment. It's been a while since we sat here in our studio. We've been on the move, but we're back today. We got the Urban Gent in the building.
Yo, what's going on, y'all? It's good to see y'all. What's going on? How we doing?
Me and my guy, we met. You want to tell? Actually, I'm gonna let you tell the story. I'm gonna let the Urban Gent here tell the people how we met.
So we got invited to do a fashion series on, I think it was Fox 29 News.
Yep.
And when we pulled up, it was just good vibes, good energies from everybody. I met my man Alex there and a couple other guys. The Journey, they dressed us up. And it was just good vibes and good energy. And then it felt like that was the first day that I met him, but it felt like I had known him for so long. I was just like, hey, yo, we got to link up. We got to do a collab. Something has to come of this. Something has to come of this.
We're sitting in the green room. Everyone's exchanging Instagram, social medias, all that stuff. And now I'm sitting at home and I'm thinking to myself, I ain't do a podcast from the studio in a minute. We've been on the road promoting. Stay tuned. We got interviews with Isaac Pitbull Cruz and Eduardo Ramirez coming up on the PBC, Andy Ruiz and Luis Ortiz fight coming up soon. Deals will be posted later on. And I'm sitting there looking like I need to have a real talk with somebody again. And I peep my man's Instagram. One of the cleanest guys on my feed.
Oh, I appreciate it, my guy.
From the fashion, from the moves, from the traveling. He's on the scene. He does it all. And I was like, we gonna have a real conversation today. And I'm going to start off by asking, where did it all start for you in the journey you're on with the fashion, the traveling, all that stuff?
Oh my God!
Walk me through that.
So to be honest, right, I've been doing this job for years. Like I've been wearing suits literally since I was a pup.
Yeah.
So since I may post it once everything drops, I may post it because a lot of people hasn't really seen me when I was like really, really little. And I've been wearing suits like growing up in church. My mom and dad put me in suits for church. And it kind of just grew on me as I got older because I didn't want to do it at all when I was a kid. I'm being made to wear a suit, being made to put on a shirt and tie. But then that just became my identity. Right. And I've been the Urban Gent since I made my Instagram.
Where did the name come from?
To be honest, I don't even remember. I just was like, in my head, I was like, all right, I was thinking like, all right, being a gentleman is so played out. I want to be a gentleman. I want to be a gentleman. Chivalry isn't dead. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? Ooh. But with chivalry not being dead, you do want to make it more modern.
Right.
Another word for modern, urban. Mm-hmm. So living in this urban society, you still want to be a gentleman. So it's like, let's be the Urban Gent.
But in this society, you got that motto, nice guys always finish last. How do you feel like the nice guy usually wins in the end?
I feel like it's a long game with being a nice guy. It's not a sprint.
Okay.
It's a long game. So nice guys don't finish last.
Oh, gems. If I be gems.
They don't finish last.
They don't finish last.
They finish first in the longer game. Okay. Because who cares about the sprint when you want to win the marathon?
Right. Okay.
You want to win the entire track meet. You don't want to just win one event.
So it's almost like being an entrepreneur.
That's exactly what it is.
It's the long game.
It's the long game because the right woman, let's just say, if a woman is noticing you, she may not notice it like right away, but she'll notice it. Mm-hmm. It's the long game.
Right.
She's going to be like, this isn't just some regular guy. Like this is the guy. I didn't notice him before. Where you from? West Philly. No, you not. I never seen you before. Well, I mean, I be around. Not really, but I'm usually traveling. I've been in the military.
Right.
I do a lot of different things. So it's like sometimes you may catch me, sometimes you may not. But for the most part, nice guys don't finish last.
Why do they get like overlooked so much? Like you said, I didn't see you, but like they're the ones hustling, right? They're not on the party scene, but like how do you feel? Why do you feel like they get overlooked or like not noticed?
Because timing is a real thing. Timing is a real thing. When it's time to meet that right person, you will meet them at the right person at the right time. It's never going to change. Timing is always, always, always crucial. Just keep doing what you're doing.
Right.
It's like the same thing with social media, right? I have been wearing trucker hats, and I'm just getting to my point. I've been wearing trucker hats for a while, and I have been buying them out of pocket. And then one day, Gorham Bros, who now is one of my sponsors, they were like, yo, we love your content. We love what you produce. We love what you're putting out. Let's work together. I didn't finish last.
Yeah.
It just took a little longer than expected, but the timing was always perfect.
how do you keep yourself going though? Like, for example, like, all right, you got a guy who's faced with opportunity, or you got a guy who wants to do something, but he's lacking the women, lacking talking to people, having people to talk to. How you persevering through that? You know what I'm saying? You see everyone else having people to talk to, and you're by yourself, but trying to do what you do, grinding or whatever it is you do. You
gotta be motivation driven. This is not a game, especially on social media, where you should be waiting for other people to give you anything. Social media is the game where if you want it, you take it.
Right.
Respectfully, you take it.
Right. You go wherever it's yours.
Right. If you want to do something and nobody is sponsoring you, you do what you have to do to sponsor yourself.
So if I'm cutting you, I'm sorry if I'm cutting you off. With that being said, you got people that go on TikTok, right? They go on Instagram. You got kids growing up that want to be YouTubers or stuff like that. Obviously, the older generations don't understand the new wave.
Correct.
They don't understand social media.
Correct.
The wide-ranging effects. You can learn marketing, advertising, sponsorships. They don't understand all that.
Right.
But the kids growing up, they do. They're growing up with the tech, right? You got people that want to hop on TikTok, hop on YouTube, a podcast, do their own thing, and they'll make their videos, they'll make their posts, and they'll get like 5 likes, 10 likes, no comments. So they see that, and they automatically retract, post it down. They're embarrassed. They feel shy. What do you say to those people that are like getting like ridiculed, mostly in their own mind? It's always in their own mind too.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? It's always in their own mind.
So what I would say to that, remain consistent. When you remain consistent about something that you love, you'll do it for free. And if you do it for free, somebody will pay you to do it.
Damn, say that again. Holy shit. We just got a gem.
Like, Rorette, find something that you don't mind doing for free.
That's a gem.
Because if you'll do it for free, somebody will pay you for it.
Point period blank. That happened with me with the Super Bowl. I got paid to do it. You know what I'm saying?
But you will do it for free.
I do it for free. Yes.
Because that's what you love.
Absolutely.
And when you love to do it, you'll do it right the first time.
So let me ask you this. So like you doing your thing, right? And it's taking you, you know what I'm saying? You're 3 years in, you're 5 years in, and people don't get what you expect because obviously that road is never guaranteed.
Correct.
You might say, oh, in 5 years, I'll have 5,000 subs, 10,000 subs, but you're at 2,000. Do you stop?
No, because when you first started, you only had 2.
Ooh.
You just went from 2 to 2,000.
Ooh.
So it's a long game.
Right, it's the long game.
It's like let's go back to the long game. When you're dealing with the long game, you're dealing with consistency. It's like building a relationship. Your followers need to know that, all right, I can come to him. Well, I can come to him for suits. I can come to him for workout tips. I can come for him for eating meal plans. I can come to him when I need an idea on, I don't really know what I want to wear to this party coming up. I can go to his page. There's a relationship that is built there visually.
Right.
That's how you get your followers. That's how you'll build your consistency. Because your followers are there, but they want to see if you're going to be consistent.
Right.
Or do I need to go to the next page who's already consistent?
They're waiting for it. They're waiting to judge it. Oh, he's going to fall off. Oh, he's going to stop.
Or I like what he's putting out. Let me check. Let me turn his post notifications on. If I turn his post notifications on and the last time he posted was 3 weeks ago, what am I following you for? You're not consistent enough.
Right.
You hit a one-hitter quitter.
Yeah.
You got 1 million views, but what have you put out since then?
Yeah.
And sometimes you do have those deep spikes, but then you just got to remain consistent because when you remain consistent, those numbers just going to keep spiking up.
Right.
And before you know it, it's going to be steady.
It's going to be steady.
It's going to be steady.
And all you have to, there's no way up. There's nowhere else but up.
That's the only way.
That's the only way.
Because when you first started, like even with me on social media, everything is organic and I love it. It takes a while.
Yeah.
It takes a while, but you know what? Those same followers who organically just show up, boom, liking everything, commenting. I appreciate them.
Right.
Because those they get me where I need to be.
They get you noticed. They get the views. They
Correct.
get your content shared.
Absolutely.
They get you on the scene essentially.
The saves.
Right.
You know, because I'm actually just looking into different things in different social media platforms now because more than one person have asked me, how come you don't have a YouTube channel? And I'm like,
right. I would ask
I
the
don't know.
same thing.
I just never thought of it. Not that it hasn't.
That's something you would consider doing.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Because so many people have asked me every event that I've gone to, they're like, yo, you need to have a YouTube channel. And I'm like, it's one thing for somebody else to say you need to have a YouTube channel, but I need to feel that thing.
You need to feel that. Right.
Because that's something that I would do for free.
You got to be passionate about it.
Gotta be passionate about it, because that'll build the consistency. That motivation will build the consistency for
Big facts. Big facts. Because without, if you just follow something just to follow the wave, people.
It's a wave.
It's almost like energy, though. People can peep the energy. You're being fake about it, or you try and catch on to this, you try and catch on to that.
Right.
So like when I one big major thing I see, I'm not saying it's fake. I'm not saying it's real. I'm not saying none of that stuff. But like you go on TikTok, right?
Right.
You see people like you on the grind, and this is what I want to get into a little bit more with. Like I feel like men's mental health ain't talked about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
People overlook that real quick.
Absolutely.
Real quick. And people that are there they say they are for a guy, they either want to know so they know what they got over him.
Absolutely.
Where he's really at. You think he's not really winning. All right, bet he's cool and stuff like that.
Right.
You know, you can hop on the TikTok and you see girls out of nowhere posting a video. It's easy. They post a video of them doing a squat. They'll get 50,000 likes. Post you in your suit doing your genuine good content or your motivational stuff that you be posting, it get 10 likes. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
How do you feel about that? Like, how do you feel? And my question with that is, how do you feel? Because you can tell when content is not genuine versus genuine.
Absolutely.
How do you feel about the genuine content that's getting like kind of like shoved to the floor in a sense?
So I think it's a matter of to post one thing. It's a matter. So it's not just one particular thing, but to your subject of mental health, I think it's a very I don't think it's spoke about enough.
Right.
I care about the man. I care about you. I care about my brothers. You know, me being in the military, no man left behind is a very true statement to me. All the men in my life I hold dear to me because there aren't masculinity these days is on it's not praised enough.
Mm-hmm. What would you say being masculine is?
Being masculine is showing up. Showing up as a man. You know, as men were designed to show up and to be present. I pride myself in my family being able to depend on me. You know, I fall short. I miss the mark sometimes.
Right.
I'm still human. But my desire is to always show up. And that doesn't mean that we don't deal with our mental health issues. Right. But I would say to any man who really doesn't know where he is mentally, go seek counseling. These past 2 years for me have been absolutely chaotic. I've been through so many different things these past 2 years. And one thing that has remained the same, somebody said, my man, you need to go seek counseling. That was the biggest thing that anyone could have ever told me. Game changer. It was an absolute game changer for me. Because by me doing so, it unpacked some things that I've been dealing with since I was a kid that I didn't even realize I was dealing with. So it was an absolute game changer for me. It was something that I knew needed to happen.
As in things that happened as a kid were affecting the way you are now, but you didn't realize that actually had an attachment. Man, at 29 years old was the first time that I realized I needed to really cry, and I wasn't less of a man. Yeah. So when a guy cries, he's not less of a man for that. No, it doesn't make you less of a man to cry. Get it out. But once you get it out, address the situation. Don't wallow in it. Right. You know, this is something that I've been told my whole life, but it wasn't really pushed. Right. Going to counseling, my counselor was like, no, we're going to sit here and cry. I said, what? What do you mean we're going to sit here and cry? He said, no, we're going to sit here and cry. My counselor is a man. He looks like me. So when he said, we're going to sit here and cry, let's talk about some things. And if you feel yourself crying, let it out. Let it out. Like really let it out. Because we don't do that. Because we're not holding it in here. We don't hold it in. We're not holding it in. And that really helped me to unpack some things. I have a faith-based counselor. So we prayed. We talked. We reverenced God and we referred to scripture, but it was more along the natural side of things, not just religion-based. Right. It was, how does Paul feel about the situation? What is Paul going through? What is TheUrbanGent going through that makes him feel how he's feeling? And how does that make you feel? Get it out. And if you need to cry, cry. Scream, yell. Let it out. Let it out. Let's address these mental barriers that you've been dealing with that someone told you as a kid that's what men don't do. Right. Right. Because I feel like that's when it all starts. Correct. But one of the biggest breakthroughs in my life was when my son called me his hero. My son called me his hero and I cried.
Does it make me soft? No. Not at all. But I called the older man in my life my hero. He said, Daddy, you're like Black Panther. He said, you're invincible.
Oh,
I said, whoa. That was big for me.
Yeah.
Because all before then, I wouldn't have been able to, I would have just, oh yeah, ha ha ha. But it hit a little bit deeper into my heartstrings for your seed to call you their hero.
Right.
Because I'm looking at all the flaws that I have.
That's all you see.
That's all I see.
That's all you see.
But he's looking at how perfect I am.
That's
to
crazy.
him.
Ain't that crazy?
It's crazy.
How you can see so much wrong. And then you ever believe that? Like, so you see yourself, right?
Right.
Like right now, I got this facial hair. I didn't want it. My girl told me to keep it. So I was like, I'll keep it. I'll see where it goes.
It looks good, my guy. It looks good.
I appreciate it.
Baby girl for the win. It looks good, my guy. It looks good. You look good, brother.
This piece to connect us more so, but
I gave up on it.
I never liked that. I always like the baby face. I can't grow it out, but I never tried. So she's like, I like it. Let's see where it goes. I'm like, okay,
let's see where it goes.
That's right. It's here. But my thing about that is, you see yourself, you see the flaws. I don't like myself with facial hair. If I don't like myself with it, no one else is.
Right.
Do you feel that we get built in? Because I feel like this might be me. So I'm asking from my point of view as well. Do you feel like we believe so much of what we tell ourselves? Like, I don't look good like this. So you get rid of it and you exit and you do what you think you look good in. And then you will kind of ignore those factors. Like, she thinks I look good with facial hair. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. What other people think matters, especially like your significant other, what they feel like matters. But in my opinion, if I love it, if you like it, I love it. But if I love it, what everybody else, once I love it, everything else is a bonus, in my opinion.
Okay.
Because if I think I look good with a fade, but you talking about something, you think I look good with locks. No, I think I look good with a fade.
Right.
Now, if you like my fade, cool. But if you don't like my fade, I'm still good because I love my fade.
You love your fade.
I love my fade.
The confidence is there.
Right. The confidence is there based off of what you like about yourself, not based off of what someone else likes about you.
Right. So when you have that stand with confidence and when people like about you and stuff like that, how do you apply that to where people should be, where they feel like they should be in life? Because I almost rewind 2 minutes ago where you said, what you're told when you're younger. Because that's where it starts.
Right.
When you're younger, you're told, go to school, this, that, the third, get a job, this, that, the third. And then a lot of times when you get older, you find your path is veering off of what you was told growing up.
Correct.
You being built into your mind to do what I'm telling you you should or have to do versus, nah, but this is where I find my happiness.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? Yes. I find my happiness going down this path that may not lead to the 6-figure job title with the $400,000 in debt from school or something like that. You know what I'm saying? How do you feel about that when it comes to venturing off in that aspect?
I feel like you got to follow your heart because once you get to a certain age,
because you'll still love yourself. That's what I'm saying. You'll still love yourself.
I feel like happiness beats money.
So you could be happy making $50,000 a year.
You could, but it's not guaranteed.
It's not guaranteed.
But you could also be happy at your dream job making $20,000 a year. And because you're happy, someone with more money is going to come by and pay you what you want to be paid. That's literally just how it goes.
Because you love what you do.
Because you love what you do, you'll do it for free. Somebody will come and pay you.
So it's okay for people that don't have those high-end profile jobs.
It's so, in my opinion, we don't live in our grandfathers and grandmothers era where we need a 6-figure job to feed our family. Yeah, you need a 6-figure job, but not the way that they did it.
Right.
You got to deal with the nonsense at the job. You got to deal with somebody talking to you all crazy. We don't live in that era. We generate our own sources of income.
You can generate a lot.
You can. I do pretty well.
I do pretty well.
Let's just say I do pretty well, and I have 0 complaints.
Yeah.
I move about how I please. I'm very grateful. I do a lot of different things. I have my hands in different things. I have my pockets in different things, and I'm very grateful. I'm very humbled. So I have no complaints.
Right. Damn, look at that.
And I'm happy.
And you doing what you want to do.
I do what I love to do.
Wow.
Not just what I want to do. The stuff that I do now, I was doing it for free. And guess what? Somebody came by and paid
paying you
to do what I was doing for free.
And now you just be on top of that.
And that's it. That's what keeps me motivated.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but when it comes to building on top of that, it's not just, it has to be this. It's I'm gonna do this, and that, and one of them's gonna hit, and that's how I'm gonna go on top.
Absolutely, because when you have multiple talents, like God has gifted me to be very multi-talented, and by Him allowing me to do so, by Him allowing me to be multi-talented, when I get paid for one job, it will, with the wisdom that He's given me, I'm able to just simply take the funds from here, put it into something else, and then it just comes full circle.
And it builds off each other.
Absolutely. Absolutely, because there's no such thing as having a talent or more than one talent, and they can't feed off of each other.
How'd you learn to do all that?
Growing up.
Just do it.
Growing up, and honestly, like, just growing up, my mom was like, just put your mind to it and do it. Put your mind to it and do it. Stop being so scared. Stop being so scared. Put your mind to it and do it.
You were scared.
And then it got to a point where I seen somebody on social media, and it might have regenerated at this point, but they were like, yo, that reel that you're holding on to in your draft, do it. Put it out. What are you holding on to it for?
Right.
Just push it. And then after I started doing that, the views started coming. And then the plays started coming. And then people were like, yo, you went viral. And I'm like, no, I didn't. And then I will be at the gym. I went to the gym and somebody was like, yo, aren't you the guy with the Hoochie Daddy shorts on? I was like, yeah, that's me. And then I was in New Orleans actually for Essence Festival, and I had 7 people stop me because they seen my social media.
Damn.
7 people. Now to somebody else, 7 is not a lot. But when there are 100,000 people and somebody notices you from social media, when you don't even have 20,000 followers,
that's saying something.
That's saying something.
Something's working.
It's working.
Right.
So, I have no complaints. Like, I'm very happy.
That's crazy.
I'm
As you
very
should
happy.
be, bro. As you should be, bro.
Absolutely.
I'm happy for you, bro. I'm proud of you for that.
Man.
I'm proud of you for that.
Out the country every month the rest of the year, bro.
That's tough, bro.
Flying out the country every month the rest of the year. I've been flying out every month this year.
Yeah. I will say this is the most. I have yet to be out the country. It's gonna happen soon. It'll happen soon. But as of fuck, I can't talk. As of lately in this year, because of what I'm doing for myself, this is the most I've been traveling.
Listen,
then,
when you do it for yourself, it's not a burden.
Right. It's not.
It's not a burden when you do it for yourself. Invest in yourself. Invest in those experiences. Yes, it costs money, but it's not as much money as you think. It really isn't.
I think that's what people think too. People, especially old generations, like, oh, you tell people your dreams. That's why you can't tell everybody your dreams.
You can't.
You can't tell everybody
man.
your dreams.
You can't tell everybody your dreams. Keep your dreams to yourself. Crush them in silence. Let them see the glory. Crush them in silence. Let everybody else see the glory. And then that'll build your story. It's simple.
Right.
Like, because when you tell people what you want to do, I don't think that'll work. I got out of telling my family about what I would like to do because they're very cookie cutter.
That's where I'm at.
Work for this place and then you can get a pension. And then, no. You telling me that I got to go to work every single day and I only get 5 days of leave for the whole year? And I got to get permission to do that? No, thank you.
Right.
And in the interim of all of that, you get to just talk crazy to me when you feel like it because you're in charge of me?
No.
I don't understand that. Right. My mind can't comprehend that. You know what I mean? So I would much rather just travel, have experiences, and in the process of all of that, use my God-given talent to generate me income on my own
terms.
Right, on my own terms.
Yeah, real talk. Because like a lot of people put that onto you or put that into you and stuff. Like, for example, like I'm 23. I'll admit it right here on camera. I hate the fact I still live at home only because I feel like 23 I should be on my own. Especially
don't I'm gonna interrupt you.
Go ahead.
Don't let somebody else's journey dictate how you feel. A lot of people, especially on social media, do that. They take the social media lifestyle that other people are living and they project it onto themselves as if they're not doing enough. You're doing what you're supposed to be doing at the time that God has you to be doing it.
Right.
Lock it in.
Ooh,
you're doing
gems.
What you're supposed to be doing at the time God wants you to be doing it. So if you're living with your parents right now, there is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
There is nothing wrong with that.
Yeah.
Stack your bread, do what you have to do, continue to push out your content and move, because when the time is right,
don't click.
No, you'll be on your own. You'll be doing what you got to do. You know, like we were saying before we even got started, I said, I love the studio space. I love it. And you were like, nah, man, this isn't really what I want to do. But it's exactly what you should be doing at the time you should be doing it. Yeah. Because when you get into when you become 106 in Park, and you become one of those big time companies, you'll have humble beginnings and it will build your story.
Right.
How you paid for one mic at a time. How you paid for one camera at a time. How you paid for one system at a time. You'll have the story.
Right.
You know what I mean? And then you could tell somebody else how to get through it.
Right.
You'll tell somebody else how to get started. Damn. Everybody has their own story and testimony.
Shit.
Everybody.
The gems is just out here today.
Everybody has their own testimony. So you can't take off of what somebody else does or where they are in their current journey and dictate it on yourself. Well, I should be doing more. Yeah, you could do more, but that doesn't mean that you're going to get the same results that they get. It may take you a little bit longer. It may take you less time.
Right.
Just stay consistent.
Just stay consistent.
At your dream.
Right.
If you'll do it for free, somebody will come along and pay you for it.
Colonel Sanders, I don't think, opened up his first KFC to like 60-something.
It works.
It works.
It works for them. So like just remain consistent.
Yeah.
Just remain consistent to your dream and to your passion.
I feel like that's not what a lot of people do.
Because they following the wave.
And they follow the wave.
I create my own wave.
Right.
I'll fly out I've flown out so many times by myself. I have no problem traveling by myself.
Oh, I do that too.
Like I'm talking about both domestically and internationally.
I can't relate internationally, but domestically, I'll be.
It's coming.
It's coming.
It's coming. You know what I mean?
The manifestation's on point today.
Listen, it's coming, bro. It's coming. You just gotta stay true to yourself because you're gonna get that one phone call and they're gonna be like, "Hey, yo, Prime One Media, hey, we need you." And then you're gonna be like, "All right, where about?" Once a company says we need you, you can offer your terms.
Right. They need you.
They need you.
What are you worth? And that's one thing I found big about stuff like that. Not going that whole groomed route that's been preached. You know what I'm saying? You value your worth. You go that route, people tell you your worth. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you gotta do this if you want to be this. If you want to make this, take this test or pass this or do this. Reach this point and you get this promotion. You do this yourself. It's a lot of effort and grind. You know, I read somewhere your 8 to 5 fuels your every day. 8 to 5 fuels your 6 to 12. Your 6 to 12 fuels your 365.
Absolutely,
you know what I'm saying?
I firmly believe in that. Now, I'm not saying that I don't work. I do work, but I also work for myself. I put more time in for myself than I do for anybody else.
Right.
They have their dream. I work for them. Mm-hmm. But me working for them fuels what I do for myself.
Right. I'm going to take what you give me to put it into what I want to do for myself.
Right.
So one day you can keep doing your dream. I'm going to keep doing my dream.
Absolutely.
And we are on our own levels that we both envision for each other. Damn,
Absolutely.
I can't talk.
No, you good, bro. Like, I work to have fun. I work to take care of my responsibilities and my babies.
Right.
I don't work just to work. I don't volunteer. I don't do anything for free. If it don't make dollars, it don't make sense.
That's facts. That's facts.
Simply put, if it don't make dollars, it don't make sense. That may be contradictory. I'm like, well, would you do it for free? Yeah, I would.
But you do what you love because eventually it's going to make the dollars.
Exactly.
You know, and the dollars I'll make down the line will be 10x what you was doing for free.
Right. It is exactly. But just because I'll do it for free doesn't mean that I will.
Right. Right.
I've done it for free for myself. Mm-hmm. But
I'm because do it for free for you.
No. But what you got to ask yourself, what makes you so different? Mm-hmm. What makes me different from the next guy that's in suits? Because it's a whole lot of suit makers and a whole lot of guys wearing suits on social media.
Right.
What makes me different than the next guy?
Exactly.
Well, I like to cook. I'm a musician. There's so many different things. I do carpentry. I do home construction. So it's like I offer a whole lot more than just suits.
Right.
But that is my basis.
That's what your basis.
That's my basis.
Right.
Suits, traveling. I'm a big foodie. Like it's just so many different things that culminate the Urban Gent.
Look at that. The Urban Gent. That's how he called me for the show. Goddamn, I call him the Urban Agent. I felt stupid.
Nah, man. Listen, I've been called that name numerous times. A lot of guys be like, hey, yo, is it, how do you pronounce it? The Urban Gent. I don't take offense to it.
Look, the way he says it's so calm. It's the Urban Gent.
Yeah,
I knew you were going to do that. It's okay. It's the Urban Gent.
Because you know what? We all human and we not going to get it all right.
Right. You never will.
You're not until you die.
Right.
That's the only time that you'll become perfect. Until then, be prepared to make a lot of mistakes because they're going to keep happening.
And you got to build off those mistakes.
Just learn to forgive yourself. From social media to real life. Learn to forgive yourself, man. Got to. That's a part of mental health. Because I dealt with a lot of that. Just being hard to forgive myself. I know, I'm sorry. I kind of just jumped back to that subject, but that was like kind of just ringing heavy in my mind to just forgive yourself. Because I deal with that a lot. Like even now, just going through different life circumstances, I find it very hard to forgive myself for decisions that I made when I was younger.
So you still look back, you still reflect on older memories, because this is what I do. I still reflect on older memories of people I might not even talk to anymore, but still regret what I did in that time period. Do you ever do that?
Yes.
And still feel bad? Like a memory they may never remember.
Yes, I do. I do still feel bad.
I was a dickhead at that point. I feel bad about that.
I do still feel bad about it. But you know what though? You got to make a conscious decision to never be back at that place ever again. And because of that, because of what happened, because of how I treated them back then and there, I pride myself to not go through that or treat anyone else like that ever again.
Right.
How I treated someone at the age of 24, the likelihood, you're not going to get that out of me at 30.
Facts.
You're not going to get that out of me at 30. How I treated you at 24, negatively, you're not going to get that. Now, that same crazy vibe that you got from the boy at 24, that you loved at 24, oh yeah, that joint's still crazy right now. We still here with it right now. Good vibes, good people.
Energy, right. Yeah.
Right, good energy. You know what I mean? You're going to get that at 30, but those things, those deficits that I had about myself at 24, you're not likely to get that, but that made me who I am. That made me who I am. You know, it was my trial and error. And even if it was really dumb, I can own it. Being accountable, I can own that.
Because at the end of the day, everyone's done something dumb or something because no one's perfect. So you might clown me for something I did a couple of years ago, but I guarantee you, if we look back at your past, you got something up the alley too.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean?
One thing that my grandmother told me, she said, never criticize somebody for something that you know you've done 10 times over. That's so hypocritical.
Right.
She said, you can't bash somebody for something you know you've done 10 times over. You can't do that. And a lot of times people bash somebody for what's out on the gram, but yet you're doing things that are 100 times worse in your home that don't nobody know about.
No one know about. Right.
It's just as bad. Just because they know it and their business is out on Front Street does not mean that you're any better because no one knows about it.
Right. Ooh, gem. Damn.
Like, it's just as bad.
We need a gem counter in the bottom corner, Kevin. When you editing this, gem counter, dings, bing, 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 like the charge.
Right, it's the truth, man. I've been raised by very wise people, and it's one of those things that growing up, it's like as I became a man, it's like, all right, I can't do this, I can't do that, I can't move like this, I can't move like that, because people just vibe with you just off of your energy. They like, you have good, genuine energy. And that's been happening with me a lot. Like people like, yo, I love your good, genuine energy.
Right.
You know what I mean? For no reason at all.
People love to take advantage of that though, too.
They will take advantage of it, and that's okay. Why is that okay? Because it's only going to go but so far. Because as long as you keep being genuine, you can't not be genuine.
Right.
If you're going to be a genuine person, then you just going to be a genuine person. Some people going to take advantage of it. But the vast majority of it, they not. Like 90% of the people that comes into your life, they're gonna keep rolling with you because of how genuine you are. Yeah, you may get the onesies and twosies, but for the vast majority of the people that comes into your life, if you're a genuine person and they know you genuine, they're gonna always look out for you. And you know what? God is gonna always make sure that somebody is looking out for you because of your heart.
Right.
Not because of what you have, not because of what you've done, but because you have a good heart. God is always going to place people in your life, like Alex, to make sure that the good that you're doing, everybody else knows about.
Right. And it's always going to get rewarded.
Absolutely. Now, reward doesn't necessarily mean monetarily.
Right.
It just may mean, being noticed on social media. It may be, somebody else knowing about it. It may be you getting an award. You don't try to put a reward in a box.
In a box. It'll be something that's going to give you either satisfaction or it's going to give you fulfillment or happiness.
Absolutely.
You're going to get a sense of like, I'm proud. Or like, damn, that's like your kid calling you Black Panther.
Right. Yo.
That's something you're going to take with you for life because I'll be having experiences like that. And I always tell people sometimes, like, I never know really what I'm reflecting on the people or like how people perceive me. So for example, when your kid called you Black Panther, if someone were to call me like, yo, I look at you like Iron Man, like, damn, I never knew I gave that opinion off to you. That's crazy that you thought that. Like
you know it'll mean a lot.
Like when you were saying you love this space and stuff, I was like, damn, like that's cool. To me, this space ain't the best yet. You know what I mean? Like this ain't where I want it yet.
But you know what though? Like we said earlier in the conversation,
we know it's our flaws. Everyone else knows it's our. Look at that. Full circle.
Full circle.
Full circle.
Full circle, man.
Circle.
Like, I love it, man. I love it. I love watching beginnings. I love watching beginnings. Because Alex is going places. And he will be a household name. And when he becomes a household name, y'all gonna look at that podcast, whether he's interviewed you already or you a celebrity. We may have another interview in a couple years. He'd be like, yo, we both got our verified check on social media. And he's like, yo, remember we had our first interview? Yeah, let's do another one. Yeah. Times have changed. Years have went by. We're both a household name. You know, Prime One Media is an established company far more and greater than it is now. And it's like you will always have your story.
Damn, that was great. I appreciate that.
Hey, yo, one love, my friend.
That means a lot.
One love, bro.
That means a lot, yo.
It's happening, bro.
That
it's happening. Just remain consistent. And when you do it for free, somebody gonna come by and pay you for it.
Damn! The gems. Oh my God. The gems, that's on point. That's crazy. That's motivation. That's also what it is. I'm not gonna, you can't say, I feel like when people give compliments like that, it's good to take those in, but let that motivate you. Don't sit on it. The same way you can't dwell on that past, you can't dwell on it. You got jump on it. You got to jump. It's that motivation. I almost did fall off for a little bit. I got sidetracked with everybody doing everything for everyone else.
Absolutely.
And then you got to come back. Got to start doing it for me again.
Welcome back, baby. Welcome back.
And the Urban Gent was the guy to bring it back.
Yeah, I appreciate you having me, my friend.
Nah, I appreciate you coming through. My man slid through. Let's be honest. My man slid through. I hit him up like a few days ago.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, let's pop it off. I was like, oh shit, no, without question, too.
Yesterday, actually. It was yesterday? Yeah, it was yesterday. It was yesterday. You hit me up yesterday and you was like, I was like, all right, bet. I moved some things around. I moved some meetings around and we can definitely get it popping.
And we forever appreciate that. My man, tell the people where they can find you on social media, everywhere, every platform, and the last message you want to give out to the people.
You can hit me up on Instagram at TheUrbanGent. That's the with two E's, TheEurban, the word gent. And then you can hit me up on TikTok at TheUrbanGent as well. Excuse me. That's T.UrbanGent. T.UrbanGent.
Boom, there you guys have it. Y'all tune in with Prime Point Media, where people recognize one man entertainment. Stay tuned for our celebrity interviews that are coming up. We just wrapped up a great in-studio talk. We're bouncing back. Is nowhere up for here. And we'll see y'all next time.
Peace.